Hi, it's Paul from Model Builder International. What we're going to do today is sort of flick through some of the pages of U-Boat in Focus number 15, the latest edition to come out. Okay, so let's have a look through some of the pages of edition 15 of U-Boat in Focus. So start off, picture inside the front of a Type 9B boat. Usual contents, English and German for everything. The English is perfect as usual. Starts off with the editorial from Axel. And this one's basically a quick overview of sort of basically details that are still becoming apparent about U-boats during the war. There's still more information being found out, and some of that in here, things that most people probably won't have realised. And then there's some basically additions and corrections to edition 14, which, if you might remember, there was a big article about U-boats in the Baltic up by Finland, and there's the coat of arms on a can of beer that somebody sent in that was on one of the U-boats in that article. And basically this is where people send in more information or corrections to photographs, basically people out there who know more stuff. Then we come over some articles on Type 11B boats. Article on conning towers. There's these images here, a one-off camouflage scheme in the Mediterranean, and they've got a whole bunch of photographs of this particular conning tower. Both these big colours, the mottling, and all sorts of other bits and pieces about it. So there's lots of information there about that one. And then this article, this issue, has a couple of pretty big articles in it actually. Well, first one is the U-84, the story of a boat. Basically, as it says there, patrols off Newfoundland, America, and in the Caribbean. If you're familiar with the book on the U-boat tankers, it follows that sort of format over, I think it's about the last three patrols of the boat, with various maps, photographs, descriptions, and it's pretty much almost like a diary. And so there's quite a few pages on that, and as you can see here, I flick through basically all these pages here that are on that particular story. And there's that one boat. That's the final fate of that one boat. Also I think it was in edition 12, there was photographs of Captain Shepka. Basically him and his wife and some of the crew went skiing. And what's transpired since then is they found out there was also another correspondent there who took about 300 photographs. So basically since edition 12 those photographs have come to light, and there's a whole big article on that as well, basically about him, and similar to this, basically almost like a diary blow by blow for his last patrol as well. And as you can see here, there's a good chunk of pages on that as well, and there's some colour photographs in there as well. You can see there's one here and there's another one inside. So there's a whole story there of him, his crew, and the last voyage as well of U-100. And then here's something you probably don't know about. U-boat code names in the bases at St. Lazare and La Pallice. Basically, a lot of the U-boats, when they get into St. Lazare and La Pallice, they literally sailed up the river past French civilians' houses and through the town. So it's easy enough for people to recognise that a certain U-boat arrived on a certain day, left on a certain day. And they started covering things. Obviously here there's a tarpaulin covering something up to make it harder to identify exactly which U-boat that is. And the same went on inside the shelters as well. What they actually started doing was each U-boat had a name, like Pan was the name for one, and there's a metal plate here, and a whole bunch of metal plates were found, years after the war. And basically this is the story of those, and basically the list of all the different code names for the U-boats, the most complete list you can find is in this article, and there's a whole heap of them. Basically a load of stuff that nobody knew really existed. And there's photographs of things like ceilings in officers' quarters where people have written rather their names, signed their autographs, and put code names on the ceiling. So there's all sorts of stuff there. It's a really interesting story. And then we get to mostly photos with a story, and then an interesting view of a top of a conning tower, the whale on the hat, fixing a aerial, and then to the back cover. And this on the back cover is the emblem of the 6th U-boat flotilla, the Viking ship's stem. And that's it. There you are. That's the 15th edition. There's 56 pages, plus they use the front and back covers for photographs as well. Some really interesting stuff in there. Best place to get these is directly from the publisher in Germany. That's where, and the cheapest way to do it is to subscribe. That's where I get mine from. They arrive from Germany, double wrapped inside cardboard envelopes. So if you're into U-boats, this is the magazine for you.